All right, good to know you're still there, and it's the Business Rendezvous reaching you live from Benin Network Center of Independent Television with your uncle Lawrence Osifo. And like I told you earlier during my opening, I have a guest already seated. We're going to be taking a look at the increase in electricity tariff according to the NERC for those on the Band A lines. So small businesses, MSMEs, how would they be able to cope from paying 68 naira per kilowatt per hour to 225 naira per kilowatt per hour, depending on the band they belong? NERC said it's just for the Band A. But I have a guest who is seated already, someone who is an entrepreneur, who is into leatherworks, Ambassador Dikin Matthew Ehorobo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you on the show.
Good morning, Edo State, in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, we've been grappling with so much in the economy lately,
yes,
and Nigerians seem to be choking with so many things. Since May 29, life has not been easy for Nigerians. At least May 29, 2023,
yes,
with the word subsidy is gone. So since then, a lot have been going. This week go, that week go, this week go.
Exactly.
So lately, it is electricity tariff, and there's a hike already. You as an entrepreneur, as a business person, and I know you work with electricity with the nature of your kind of work as an entrepreneur.
Right.
Now, how do you really think this will definitely have some negative effect on small businesses that are struggling already to survive before now, and now there's another burden of removing tariff from electricity. Even the electricity we are not even enjoying. I don't want to delve into more details. Like in my area now where I stay, for the past 4 days, we've not seen BDC electricity with our eyes. So it's something we cannot even, let's not just
imagine.
So what do you think? How do you think really this will affect small businesses?
Yes. First of all, let us know the definition of business. You talked about MSMEs, that is micro, small, and medium enterprises. You know, starting from the sole proprietorship to partnership and limited liabilities and public liability companies.
Okay.
So you see, it seems to me that the NERC, that is Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission, they were established just to increase the tariff of electricity.
Why would you say so?
Because since 2005, that was when President Olusegun Obasanjo was the president then, it was established by the Electricity Power Reform Act, you know, at the Act of the Parliament, establishing them, the body, you know, but beyond to generate electricity, transmit to the transmission company and for the discos to distribute. It seems it has just been all the way increased because down to 2015 to 2018, it was a residential category charge monthly of 750 to 900, from 900 to 1,080 naira, from 1,000 to 1,296. And in 2020, is sky up to 30 naira per kilowatt to 63 naira that we had it. Just last month here, we are now told that we have to pay over 200 naira, 225
That's
naira.
That's like almost 300%
increase. So you see, and even for the Band A customer, they said they are, which will receive, which will be affected, about 20 hours
electricity
light, in a day.
Yeah.
It is not even there. In some cases, they have stolen a transformer. Even just, was it not last week, we were told that a staff of NERC stole a transformer in Abuja.
That's alleged anyway.
You know, alleged.
Alleged.
Let us see that. Let us. With that suppose, is that supposed to be that staffs that are supposed to work for a commission for the utility to satisfy the citizen are not the one vandalizing? And even when they are not even vandalized, the power seems not to be there. Okay. There are, even in this Iguosa now, I've been told that for the past 9 months, they don't even have electricity. But yet, you still have, they still put them on estimated billing and all of that. Yeah. So how will you be able to emerge as a country, as a nation, then talk about the individual that are doing proprietorship businesses and all of that? So it is not encouraging, because for business to thrive and for the economy to grow, we must look critically at the infrastructural development.
Okay.
You know, those things that support the factors of production to allow production of goods and services, and for the populace, the society, the citizens, to enjoy basic amenities, and by way of extension to now export for us to get foreign enlisted. See, it's not encouraging, my brother.
Okay. You are in the business of entrepreneurship, and you are in the leather work industry. You are a popular name, but I wouldn't want to mention brands. It doesn't look like I'm making advert for you.
Right.
Now, you as an individual,
what
has been the challenges, basically, you and those in that same line of business have been facing lately, even before this increment? Like, do you have up to the 20 hours electricity to work? Let's start. Let me ask you.
Those are mirage.
Okay.
If you ask me, if you even have up to, sometimes it's 3 hours in a day. Sometimes in a week, you don't even have it.
Just like I'm not hard now for 4 days in my area.
As it is, if you don't have independent power supply, that is your own generator or maybe solar system, you know, for you to generate your power, you just be forced out of business. But I'll be looking at the issue of Nigeria, just opposing it with that of Indian. You know, sometime in early 2012, 2015, down to 2018. They were the capital poverty of the world. And in 2018, Nigeria overtook them. You know, that is not a good news that we are overtaking a
more
nation.
Like statistics anyway. We are not standing on that statistics anymore.
Not standing on the statistics, but for every information, you know, there must be a research made to that effect.
Yeah, people will say in every lie there's an element of truth.
If you say so. So look at it. India has a population that's about 1 billion. Nigeria is just in the range of 200 million. And now we are overtaking India. So that seems to me that it is not the issue of population that whether we will develop or not. It has to do with the strategic leadership, the strategic leadership of our leaders to set an enabling environment that will make small and medium enterprise business to thrive. Because without that, if we keep living on importation, because without strengthening the micro, small and medium enterprise, without strengthening them, for them to operate at full capacity to produce for local consumption, that we suppose that you'll be living on importation. And living on importation, by no means worsening your balance of payment deficit. And by the time that is done, you are now at the mercy of other nations. You are consuming, and other nations are producing for you. And again, it will now make the country, the nation itself, a dumping ground to other nations. But if you look at it, Nigeria is so rich in natural resources. What has happened to us? Why can't we channel our energy into refining our raw materials to production? Even the India we are talking about now, they are looking at EV, which is an electric vehicle. No more depending on the crude oil we are just carrying on and on here and there. You know, a time is coming. Even the crude. Now we are told that South Korea refined for Nigeria. Other nations, they refine for Nigeria, the crude. If we are living on a raw material, on our crude alone, you know, then we will not be able to evolve. That is at the primary industrial development. We should be talking about the secondary and tertiary by way of manufacturing, producing, you know, not just for local consumption, but to make foreign earnings by way of exportation. These are the indices that will make you grow, you know, in your economy and develop, you know, of the statistics that we are talking about. So what we are saying here is that Nigeria, our leaders should do more. Because I will not be able to blame the citizen now, because you cannot blame a child, you know, because there's no food in the house. It is for the father.
Blame the parents, not just the father. When we say the father, it looks like we're putting the body on the man alone.
No,
it's
not just
on
the man alone.
Exactly.
If the father provides and the mother refuses to prepare it, there will still be hunger in the land.
But the child can go.
And even when the wife, the mother prepares the food, and there is no good storage system, that's another problem. Then you'll be seeing wastages. With all the products, you know, all that we have, there will be wastages without good storage system. So that has to do with, we should have a standardized storage system, in all ramifications, in all the sector of the economy, if we must grow, not just in the electricity industry, but the NEROC, they should do more than just increasing the price every now and then, because I have not seen that the increase in generation, we have around 4 to, not even up to 5 megawatts. So it's not up to but 5 now, Indian is talking about terawatts. From megawatt to gigawatt, from gigawatt now to terawatt, about 1.6, 1.8 terawatt that Indian is on now. So how, if there is no constant power supply to power the key sectors, the key industries in the nation, living on diesel, now even the world is going solar. The nations of the world, the economy of the world that are well developed in fossil fuel and all that capacity of generation, they are even going into solar. But Nigeria is still crude at where it is within 3 to 4 megawatt, and all we know is to be increasing tariff, and the power is not there. So are they forcing us out of business? That's why you see the increase in this Jackma syndrome. And again, I want to talk to the international agencies like the IMF and the World Bank. They are not doing us the good that they suppose that they are projecting that they are doing us. It's still like we are still under their colonialism. They don't want to leave us alone. Now they are telling us fuel should be put at 700, or we should remove subsidy and all of that. But go to their countries. They are still subsidizing, those things that are keeping the citizen going. So they should not be giving us something and taking our natural resources away, just to borrow us money to say grant on this, do that, and again they will tie it to our natural resources.
Really blame these guys? Wouldn't you blame your leaders who run to them every now and then?
That is why we talk to them. They shouldn't become puppets to them. They shouldn't become an instrument in their hand, to kind of colonize Nigerians, to become a president, to become a governor, to become a senator, that you would depend on them. On the strategy they put in place, that by the time you come on board, you are answerable to them. It shouldn't be. If we say we are a republic, we are having an independence, we should be having an independence on our raw materials, natural resources. We should be able to all round. We should be able to decide, what we do with our natural resources to develop our nation. These are the indices we are going to be looking at, not just to be increasing electricity tariff
every now and then.
From 2005 that we are told they are established. Or every year they must come. And what they are even doing, not even 50%, 100% increase. You see 200 as fast, 200 and even 200. How do they want people to
more like
try?
Paying for what you're not getting?
You are not even getting. And by the time you don't tap into those natural resources, getting it alternatively, it will increase cost of production. Absolutely. And somebody is saying, how is the dollar affecting Gary in the market and all of that?
Exactly.
Do you know the chemical, the herbicides you use in the farm? It is imported. And dollar, it is what you convert your naira to buy those and even the unskilled labor, the laborers working, they will tell you we are no more collecting what you will use to get because things are expensive. They need to they will increase their wages, the reward for their labor for them to work for you, and you cannot do it alone with the labor intensive strategy that Nigeria is still depending on agriculture. We need to automate the process and to power those machines, those tractors. It is not with water. No. You have to fuel it with diesel and all of that. And these things are dollar determinant. Absolutely. Now we are told that the Dangote refinery is working. You ask me that the price at which Dangote is distributing those diesel is almost at that than the one that is imported.
But he said with time we're going to see a reduction.
With time, when is the time?
Let's just
look at for decades. This is one man, and that is why we are going to make move as a people, as a Nigeria, that we are as a nation, to check the monopolistic tendencies that will give franchise to certain individuals to command the commodities that the whole nation will be feeding. What do you see is a problem?
Okay, we're pressed for time because we need to go on a break by 9:30 for the news update at 9:30. So before, let's wrap up.
Okay.
As an entrepreneur,
yes,
what is your advice to the government to make the market, the entrepreneurship market, favorable for entrepreneurs like you? And as an entrepreneur, what's your advice to the young ones out there going into
to talk to the government, our leaders?
Yeah, not the federal, state, and local level.
Not just in the 3 tiers or arms of government. Okay. We'll still look at it to the religious body.
Yeah, exactly. Those are also a government on their own. Absolutely. So let's just wrap up quickly in the next 2 minutes.
Now it is said, if one man is rich in a community,
everybody is poor.
Everybody is still poor. It's going to boomerang. It's having a reciprocal effect. If you don't create that enabling environment for everyone to emerge, you know, you will definitely be plugged into it, whether you are a president, governor, senator, or whoever, whatever capacity of leadership you occupy. You know, because your children, your wife, is still in the same society that everybody is in. You hear of breaking an entry every now and then because it is what the society has turned out in those we call miscreants and all of that. So again, let me also tell every Nigerian, every young man, young woman out there, don't give up. Don't give up. This is the country we have as our own. Because if you run away, I run away.
Jackpot. Who will make it better?
Who is going to make it better?
Okay.
So let us keep figure crossed on God and give thanks.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Matthew Ehiorubo, CEO of one of the biggest enterprises in the city of Benin in leather works. Thanks for joining me on the show.